Hey everyone, this is Amit Bhandari of TalkCondo.com, and today we're at the amazing new presentation center for Y9825 by Metroview Developments, and we're joined by Dalvir Passi, who's the development manager for Metroview. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Amit.
Awesome. So Dalvir, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just do a quick bullet point on the topics that I'd like to touch on.
Sure.
Just to make things easier and more clear. So the first thing is that I'd like to talk about is Metroview themselves. Right, kind of get the story, the philosophy, and touch on the pipeline, this really cool Young series concept. I think it's really awesome. And then I want to talk about Richmond Hill as a whole, right? It feels like there is an emphasis to developing in Richmond Hill. Makes sense from our perspective, but just wanted to hear your take on it. And then I want to talk about this specific pocket, because this pocket is very intriguing. It's got some very unique aspects to it that we'll talk about later. And then talk about the development itself. So first things first, Metroview. What's the story? What's the philosophy? Take it away.
Thank you. Yes, so Metroview Developments, long-standing history, over 30 years of delivering superior customer service. Our background is really in land development as well as in manufacturing. We had a huge success, as you may know, on our last project, 8888,
yes,
which is fully sold out, active into construction, coming out of the ground right now. This is our second project under the Young series umbrella for Metroview Developments, Y9825.
Yep.
So this is a 22-story building, about 451 units. We have 20 townhouses at grade as well. Very unique project, but many more to come.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Awesome. And so this Y series concept, if you could just talk to us about that as well a little bit.
Sure. So when we were first, crafting this project, we really wanted to think about how we could build a cohesive community. Mm-hmm. So what we've done is all of our projects within the Young series, they are all actually connected to one another.
Right.
So for example, over the last year and a half, Amit, I'm sure you've been going crazy with this whole COVID lockdown.
Absolutely.
Right? So people need that ability to get out of their own building and experience a different environment.
Right.
Each of our projects have a very unique personality. Mm-hmm. Also, all of our projects are within a close proximity, walking distance to one another. So we've connected them in a sense where, for example, if you own or purchase in one of our Young series projects, you're able to walk down the street and enjoy the lobby of another project, so you get a change of environment.
Yeah.
And also in every one of our projects, there is free unlimited wireless internet available in each of the lobbies. Wi-Fi, exactly. Right. So when you're home, your cell phone knows as well. Right. So for example, you're doing these video conference meetings, Zoom, Microsoft Teams.
Yeah.
You're able to get a change of environment. Right. Get out of your comfort zone a little bit.
Awesome, that's really interesting. So I'm going to jump ahead a little bit now, and I want to talk about Richmond Hill. There seems to be this, from a Metroview standpoint, please correct me if I'm wrong, but there seems to be this really interesting emphasis on developing in Richmond Hill. You're developing right now on probably the most famous street in Canada, Yonge Street. But talk to us about that thesis, that thinking, why Richmond Hill? Because from our perspective, it makes a lot of sense. You've got incredibly expensive low-rise, but and there's that gap that's present. But please, if you could talk to us about, and then the future of Richmond Hill as well.
Sure. So Amit, we believe in investing and building in the communities that we love. Right. We have a very distinct connection to City of Richmond Hill as well as Yonge Street. And like any investment, when you choose to invest, the most important thing is location.
Right.
Location, right? So this pocket of Yonge Street, this Yonge Street corridor is a very connected location.
Absolutely.
As you know, there's 2 GO stations in near proximity.
Right around the corner.
Exactly,
You're right
around the corner, just a few steps away, as well as we're very excited to announce there is a Yonge North subway extension by TTC, which is coming up here as well. So we see a major transformation coming here in this corridor of Yonge Street in Richmond Hill. We expect this to really be like the Union Station of the North. Right. So where you're connected to everything is at your footsteps. With all the amenities we're offering, you probably won't want to leave your building, but if you do...
I really want to talk about the amenities because they're insane, but we'll talk about that later.
Sure. So yeah, right at your footsteps, you got lots of beautiful, lush gardens, parks, trails, which you don't get in any other big cities, right? At the same time, lots of beautiful shopping malls, such as the Hillcrest just down the street here, great schools, lots of amenities to choose from.
So you've touched on a lot of things there, but you glossed over a really, really important one. So the GO station, literally around the corner. Like,
Yep.
no joke, if you were to look on Google Maps, you can see it's right around
Yep.
the corner. And you also touched on the Yonge subway extension. Now, if anytime you look at sort of any node that's going through a growth spurt,
Yeah.
one of the major catalysts lately has been a subway station. And with the now proposed subway line extension, actually just south of here, that's going to be the final, I guess, the end point.
Yes.
So either people are going to jump on from here to get to downtown,
Yeah.
but they can get on it from the GO station.
Exactly.
So you can go to the GO station and it'll connect you directly to
For
the
sure.
subway.
Even beyond that, there's actually going to be an active BRT line here as well. So the
Okay.
Viva BRT is going to be running up and down Yonge Street as well. So lots of connection options, right, for transportation.
highway.
Exactly. You got the 407 right here. So
Yeah.
lots of connections here.
Incredible. I have to ask, like, where do you see, from Metroview standpoint, from your personal standpoint, where do you see this going into the future? Like, what do you envision?
This is really just the beginning, right? So if you're a potential investor, now's the time to invest. This Yonge Street corridor is undergoing a major transformation. You see what's happened to, for example, Yonge and Eglinton over the last
Yes.
decade or so.
Yeah.
We foresee a very similar outcome for this section of Yonge Street. So it's a very exciting time right now.
Amazing. So the next thing I wanted to talk about is I wanted to drill it right into the development itself.
Yeah.
Now, before we talk about the buildings and the actual physical, I wanted to ask you about Y Park, because you do get it now and then, but it is a rarity where a developer is essentially giving back to the city. You're creating a public space. Please talk to us about
Yes.
Y Park.
So once again, city of Richmond Hill is really, an area, a city that we love, have a deep connection. We're very much so rooted in this city here. So we wanted to find a way to give back to our community. The Y Park, which is a public park directly adjacent to our project, is being designed and constructed by Metroview. We really wanted to do things very differently, so we do have a partnership with Rogers as well.
Awesome.
To provide free unlimited internet to the park as well as to the project.
Awesome.
So it's very exciting. Our townhouse is actually front onto this beautiful park as well.
Right.
So if you can imagine living in a beautiful 2-story townhouse, having all these beautiful amenities available to you, as well as you open your front door and you're walking
right
into exactly a beautiful lush garden.
So I'm hoping after we've done this conversation here, I'd love to go and show our viewers, especially around the scale model, because it really depicts everything in a really, really good manner. I wanted to speak about the building itself. You touched on the sort of high-level specs. If you can just run through those again, let's talk about suite mix, and then I really want you to talk about the amenities, because I was fortunate enough to view the virtual tour,
Okay.
and I thought it was fantastic. It was an amazing way to sort of visualize yourself in the space. But
Yes.
please talk about the building specifics, and then we can talk about the amenities.
Of course, yes. So once again, 451 units, 20 townhouses at grade, as well as some retail. We have a series of studios, 1s, 2s, 3s, townhouses we've already talked about. When we first started to conceptualize this project, this was, once again, COVID had just hit us. We wanted to think about, what will condo living look and feel like in a post-COVID world?
Right.
So if you see the way that we've designed and curated these amenities, very unique.
Yeah.
And I don't believe there's anything else out there like this.
Right.
And me, from a personal side, I really put myself inside each and every single project we deliver. It has to be really something that we're proud of. So we were talking about Y Park earlier, or each of our projects, we really look at this as a part of our legacy, right?
That's really
So when we look at it under that kind of a lens, I started to think about, hey, if I'm living there, what do I want there, right? So for example, I love basketball. We got an outdoor basketball court.
Yes.
Gyms have been shut down. You can't play basketball anywhere, right? So we give them an outdoor basketball court. Now we have an outdoor gym, which is South Beach, Miami inspired.
I've not seen that happen before, but yeah.
For sure. The other lens that we wanted to look at this was, so let's imagine you have young children, or you have elderly parents. After supper, maybe they want to go for a walk, or maybe even you yourself, you want to go for a jog, but you don't want to necessarily leave your building.
Right.
So we've actually provided for an outdoor rooftop running track.
Right.
So you can either walk, run, or jog at your leisure, all within the comfort and security of your own home.
Right.
Even beyond that, we started to do a demographic study. We found that there are lots of influencers in this pocket of Yonge Street on Richmond Hill.
Oh.
So the world is changing and we want to adapt and curate to that. So now people are making lots of money doing Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. So we've actually come up with a beautiful podcast room.
I saw that,
Yes.
the recording studio.
Yes, so it's a recording studio where you can do your, for example, debut album, play your instruments. It's a full recording studio, as well as we have a separate podcast room as well.
Wow.
Okay. Now, if we go down to the ground floor, we have a gym, an incredible gym, which opens up to the outside.
Right.
So one of our advantages is that we also specialize in window and door manufacturing. That is really one of our roots. So we've incorporated Sky City's bifold doors, windows and doors, throughout the project. So for example, if you look at the ground floor gym, you're able to fully open up the whole building facade to bring the outside in.
That's really
So
cool.
while you're working out, you're getting all that fresh air. If you like, you can even move your workout equipment to a pad outside and be working outside, right?
That's really awesome.
Even beyond that, our party rooms, same thing. We've incorporated bifold doors all across the party rooms, where you're able to fully open them up, bringing the outside in. Now, our 7th floor, which is really our amenity floor, is a very exciting location of the building. We have a beautiful water feature. It's a water lounge feature. It has 2 different areas where you're actually able to sit inside the water feature. So at about your shoulder length, you would be hearing and seeing water all around you, but when you look straight, you're seeing fire.
Interesting.
So this was very much so, Japanese type of inspired. We also have outdoor cabanas, which are already socially distant from one another. There's a series of these, and each outdoor cabana comes with its own private hot tub. So you can use this pretty much year round. In addition to that, we have private barbecues with al fresco dining, right? Of course, people would love to have that right on the rooftop with these incredible views of all this nature and trails all around you.
Absolutely.
So yeah, that's just a little bit.
It feels very hotel inspired.
It is, yes.
Right? A lot of the features touches the lobby as well. The lobby is stunning as well. Fantastic stuff. So Dalvir, what I'm going to do is I want to shift gears. I'm going to take us over to the scale model, and maybe you can take us through specifics of the scale model.
Yeah.
We can carry on.
Okay.
So Dalvir, if you could please just take us through this amazing scale model. I understand that we're still very early, that it's not complete, but it should give our viewers some really, really good ideas to what's going on with the development.
Yes, for sure. So once again, this is just work in progress, not complete just yet. So here we do have, this is Yonge Street. So if you'll see on this side, it's going to be, because you're on the back side there, but this is Yonge Street here.
Okay.
Okay. So here we have Harding Boulevard. This is where your entrance is. So you drive through in here. There's a beautiful courtyard here.
Yeah.
Okay. So many people, they only focus on one lobby, but they don't focus on the pickup drop-off location.
Right.
So imagine when your friends or family come see you. They're going to come to the pickup drop-off.
Right.
Or your Uber, or your skip the dishes, for example.
Right.
So we actually have 2 grand lobbies. One is right at the corner of Yonge and Harding.
Okay.
The other is the interior drop-off.
Interesting.
Okay. Both of them have been, masterfully crafted by our interior designer, Trongley Design. In addition, this is the Y Park area.
Yep.
So these will be, beautiful lush gardens with lavender all around. You have your townhouses at grade.
Yeah, these ones here.
They also wrap around on Church Street as well. These are 2-story townhomes. Okay. Now here, what we see is our 7th floor amenity. Okay.
Right. Yep.
So what you'll see in this section here, this will be our outdoor yoga.
Okay.
Okay. Then behind there, you'll see the basketball court.
Right.
Okay.
You see the outline right now.
Yes.
I'll switch sides with you.
Okay, sorry about that.
No problem.
There is a full running track all the way around.
Right. Yep.
Okay. Now you will have over here your outdoor gym. Okay. Here will be your water feature with 2 sunken in areas
where you
you'll
can
be
sit.
Yeah, you'll be sitting inside the water with water at your shoulder length. Okay. Fire bowls. On this side, you have cabanas that will each have their own hot tub.
Right.
On this side, towards the glass edge, will be barbecues and al fresco dining. Then in here, These will be the party rooms that
Right.
will all open up. So remember when I was talking about bringing the outside
Yeah,
in?
you can open it up.
Imagine all of this glass opening up
Yeah,
and bringing all that fresh air in.
that's really cool.
Right?
That's very cool, yeah.
So that's just one feature there, and then same thing on the ground floor, right at Yonge and Harding. On this side, this is another gym here. This
Just
whole
behind here.
this whole area here is also a gym.
Got it.
All of this will open up as well,
Wonderful.
bringing the outside in.
Awesome. Dalvir, thank you so much. This is awesome. We're really looking forward to working on this project with you.
No problem. Thank you.
Thank you.